Good morning, this is Robin Bieber on the Crude Spread Talk on the 13th of May at 8 o'clock in the morning London time. And the two charts that we're looking in front of us is on the left June-July WTI and on the right July-August, and both are as strong as goat's breath at the moment. And it looks as if the June-July is going to head for this gap at minus 29. This is a valid target for it whilst it stays over the 5-day moving average at minus 93. The stochastic's getting a little bit high, but that's is unlikely to completely stop the momentum higher, and I suspect this level at minus 29 will be tested today. If we look at the 60-minute chart, getting a bit toppy. This 60-minute is suggesting some weakness early this morning, but I'm not convinced that that will last long. And on the July-August, it's hit its target to minus 93. It now needs a move and close over here that test a recent high at minus 57, then the gap at minus 31. No targets higher unless over minus 93. 5-day gap far too wide, so don't be surprised by dips. And the 60-minute chart would certainly suggest that. Any weakness would give us some bearish divergence here on the July-August 60-minute chart. So be careful, looking a little toppy. And unless we're over minus 93, at the moment targets higher have been achieved. And looking now at the DEC June. DEC June is above the 5-day, which is positive at minus 241. It could easily hit the 55-day at minus 221. It virtually hit there yesterday, but be a little careful. The 60-minute chart is suggesting some downside to test the minus 241 5-day moving average, which it must not close below, or at least not close below the 8-day at minus 251. Otherwise, we're in for some weakness. And the DEC on TI, stable whilst above 404. The 5-day moving average, and say 404, 409, the 5 and 8-day moving averages. A move below 409 would be negative and suggest a move considerably lower to 465. At the moment, no targets higher whilst below the 5-day, 55-day at minus 369. And the 60-minute chart is suggesting still a little bit of pressure early morning on this spread. Now moving over to Brent structure. And on the left, we see July-August. Whilst above the 5-day at minus 95, it's still perky and in reasonably good shape. It's pretty much hit its target at minus 66, so no further targets higher unless it got over 66. The stochastic is getting a little bit on the high side, and the 60-minute chart is suggesting some downside. There's a little bit of a failure beginning here, so be careful short term with the July-August. Now the August-September, stable, but no targets higher unless over 81, and it must hold the 5-day moving average at a minus 87 to 92, the 8-day moving average. A move and close below the minus 92 would not be good news, but it looks like it's going to be tested today. Be careful, this is looking a little toppy, the Brent structure generally. And moving into the DEC June. DEC June Brent is under pressure. It's below the 8-day at minus 264, printing 271, and in this condition could easily head for minus 298, the 13-day moving average. It's got a negative stochastic, although the 60-minute chart on the left here is suggesting it might be trying to hold during the course of the morning. The DEC under pressure whilst below the 8-day at minus the 5 and 8-day around minus 440 and minus 445. Whilst under the 5 and 8s, it could easily head for the 13-day around minus 497. The 60-minute chart on the left here is suggesting pressure. So WTI structure looks fine, but Brent looks a little bit under pressure. Be careful with Brent. We could be in for a little bit of a correction lower. That's all for today, folks. Good luck, good trading, and bon appetit.